Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with Marvel Rivals, and we have so much to get through. We have the devs coming out speaking about PVE modes, obviously the data miner issue with Gambit, Jubilee, all of these characters. Basically the devs come out and say we didn't troll anyone. We're going to break it all down. We're going to go over some of the information that was put out on ranked as well. But look, if you're a new or a returning viewer, hit the like, hit the sub, get involved in the channel. It would really help on this road to monetization, and I just appreciate everybody who has hit the sub button and support the channel, shared, liked, commented, all of it. It's great speaking to you guys, and I can't wait to do more. So let's move on. We're going to go straight into the dev talk, the seasonal reward adjustments. A lot to break down on this, and we also got to look at the Johnny Storm new costume Blood Blaze as well. We're going to break this down in a little bit more detail, because I really do think this is a huge win for the casual player, and obviously those grinding players who are in the top ranks as well. It's great to see from a development team. So let's start off with just the force part. So what we do have, it does say, is that after the recent dev talk on ranked adjustments, we've been closely monitoring the community's feedback. As the first half of season 1 draws to a close, we recognize some players are concerned about not having enough time to reach gold rank and earn the Invisible Woman costume, Blood Shield. We have decided to make some adjustments to the reward system to accommodate and help those players. Absolutely great to see. Just some adjustments, allow everybody a chance to get what they need to get. They go on to say the first half of season 1 will conclude on February 21st. Eligible players will receive the respective rewards, allowing them to enjoy the fruits of their hard work ahead of time. The gold rank costume rewards for the second half of the season will include the Invisible Woman costume Blood Shield and the Human Torch costume Blood Blaze. For the second half of the season, in order to claim both rewards, players must participate in at least 10 competitive matches during the second half of season 1 and reach the gold rank or higher. Keep in mind, this is the last opportunity to earn those costumes. They will be replaced in season 2. The Crest of Honor rewards will remain separate for each season. This means the Crest of Honor for the first half of the season can only be earned during that period, and the second Crest of Honor can be earned in the second half of season 1. We hope these changes give a greater flexibility. Whether you are balancing Marvel Rivals with your daily life or aiming for the stars in competitive mode, we want you to be able to achieve your rank goals, claim your rewards, and enjoy the game to the fullest. Stay tuned to the official channels and continue to ignite the battle. I think this is absolutely perfect from the development team. It allows the casual players to obviously have a little bit more time, get the rewards. They might be battling between silver and gold, they might be up and down, and it's just nice to how they worded it as well. Even if you're balancing daily life, you know, we'll give you more time. This is a look at the costume of Johnny Storm. It looks absolutely sick. I love the little tone change in the color as well from this fire. Obviously we had a look already at the Invisible Woman costume, but it's just great to see that we're going to be able to have these two costumes. People who like playing the Invisible Woman just aren't at gold right now, and people who are just really anticipating Johnny Storm, who've been in that same kind of boat, they'll have a greater opportunity to earn these rewards. Now we're going to move on, just a small little recap of some rewards that have been out there as well. We all know Captain America Brave New World is out. You can get the title, and you can get the spray. Also, you can get the Bucky costume as well, which looks absolutely sick. Now, obviously, if you're in the US, you could have ordered some tickets. You would have got this bundle for free. We covered that in a previous video, but they are in the shop to buy as well. That bundle is there, so you can check that out. We covered also the pricing in the last video. Let's move on to the hot topic, the leaks that have been coming out. We found out from the Marvel Rival devs that they have no plans to start a PVE mode. Now, a lot of people have been speculating with some of the leaked footage of Storm, this big creature. Is it a new game mode? Are they working on PVE? Everybody just hyped. I did mention in those previous videos that I just think it's so early on in the life cycle of Marvel Rivals. It's just not time for a PVE mode. I think people jumped on the bandwagon because Overwatch let everybody down with their PvE mode at the height of their powers, and people really want to see a PvE mode because it gives them something else to play if quick play isn't good enough, and maybe you just don't have a team that is strong enough to really reach the heights in ranked. It's a nice change of pace for certain players who like Marvel. We're going to read their comments. Basically, they go on to say, and this is Wee Kong Woo, or hopefully I'm getting that right. He's going to say, for now, we don't have any kind of PvE plan, but our development team is continuously experimenting with new gameplay modes. So if we found a new specific game mode that is entertaining enough, fun enough, we would of course bring it to our audience. Now that doesn't say they're not doing anything, it just says right now they're not, but it does give us hints that maybe what we're seeing is just a little segue into what a PvE mode could be. As I mentioned before, I just don't think it's time right now for a PvE mode, but I do think it would be a great addition to the game. Let's see how they get on in future seasons, maybe season 4, who knows. But then we go on to say they're not trolling data miners. Now you can go over to IGN and check this out at any stage. They sat down with the directors and the creatives over at Marvel Rivals, and they went on to say that they would rather focus on making the game, and I covered this in the previous video. That was my first opinion in it as well, and I will link that down into the description if you want to check that video out. But let's get on to it. So basically the creators and the director said, so firstly, we want to say that we don't recommend anybody make adjustments to the files. He began. Also, you can see that for each character design, actually we come through a very complicated process and we make a lot of concepts, trials, prototypes, developments, etc. So there could be some information left in the code, and it might mean that we have tried those directions and they may appear or may not appear in future plans. And whether or not they will appear in our future pipeline is highly depending on what kind of experience our players expect in the game. Q also added, if I could have a 10-year plan, it'd be great, but the team experiment with a lot of playstyles, heroes. It was like there was someone doing a scratch paperwork and then just left the notebook there, and someone, a data miner, decided to open it with no context. I pushed a little, asked them point blank if they were deliberately trolling people. Q replied, no, we would rather spend time on developing the actual game. If you take into consideration what he said, they are listening to the community, content creators, me making this video, who knows, and just seeing what type of characters, what way we want to take the game. It's great to hear. But as I said, if they're in the files, those characters will or could be coming at some point in the future. It does not mean season 2. It does not mean season 3. We don't know, but they are officially in the game files. They are the ones that we said that we seen, Jubilee, Gambit. Now, moving on to the next one. It does say that the Marvel Rival executive producers revealed they're in talks with Nintendo's to bring Marvel Rivals to the Nintendo Switch 2. Anybody who is big into Nintendo, big into the Switch, they will have a chance to play the Marvel Rivals game there. It's a possibility. They're in talks. It makes sense to go to the Switch and Nintendo. It's a great game, and the more and more they can expand the game on other platforms, it's just going to be a bigger win for Marvel Rivals. People can play it on the go. Now, a lot of kids can get involved in it a little bit more. I know it's a huge base for kids, the Nintendo Switch, but we'll see how that goes, and it'd be nice to see it on another platform as well. Absolutely great to hear this. But look, guys, that is all for me. Let me know what you think about this information. What do you think about the devs talking about the PvE mode, the new characters, obviously, that we might be getting in the game, and the leaked characters? All of it in a whole, in a nutshell. Let me know down in the comments. And look, guys, that is all for me. I'll catch you on the next one.